Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Alright, so with the recent update in Euro Truck Simulator 2, you now have the possibility of getting external contracts. So I still got my Peterbilt here as usual, and I actually adjusted the color, so now I have a bit of a pink tone to this red. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know. It makes me think of hot rods, I think. That's why I ended up doing it. Alright, so the way it works is you have to go into your World of Trucks account and you have to sign up for a job through that. So for example, if you go into here, you'll see that you have the regular freight market, your quick jobs, and then your external contracts. So these are completed World of Trucks contracts using your own equipment. Record these jobs. Record a record of these jobs is stored in your World of Trucks profile. So basically the way it works is it works the same way as the quick job, except it's recorded on your World of Trucks profile. So it shows you how many jobs you've completed, how many tons you have hauled, stuff like that. So I've already signed a contract, and it's synchronizing. And now this is the contract I'm doing. It's from Czech to Austria, and it should take 20 hours. So they actually give you 20 hours in real time, and they show you the job income now. That's good. So it's a cargo mass of 14,000 kilograms, and we're taking straw bales. Oh, I thought it was going to look cooler than just that, but we're taking straw bales. I was hoping for a better looking trailer than that. It only incorporates the basic game in Euro Truck Simulator, so it doesn't have any of the Scandinavian DLC or the Going East DLC, nothing like that yet. But hopefully in the future it will have that. So let's go ahead and begin delivery. Now the cool part about this is once you begin the delivery, what happens is you go straight to where your truck is. You'll go straight to where the delivery is, and it'll take your truck just like a quick job would do. And once it loads up, so here we are already in the game like so, and we're just chilling out here. So now if we look here, I'll have the load right there. So it's just the same as a quick job would have. So let's go ahead and get this fired up. So I think this is a really nifty. We needed to hear that Peterbilt. There we go. I think it's really nifty. I don't know why my signal's on. I think this is a really nifty. That's probably good. A really nifty feature that they added here. I don't know. It's one of the cooler. It's one of the cooler features. So if you like to be a completionist, I guess it's kind of a cool little thing. Because then you can show your friends like, oh, look how many jobs I completed. I guess a bit of a bragging rights, I guess would be the way I would describe it. So if you want to do that, you can easily do it with the World of Trucks profile now. I think that's really neat. So I don't know. I think it's a very interesting feature they're adding here. So I don't know. It could lead to lots of more interesting things, like a virtual trucking company. And I think people like Squirrel have alluded to this a couple times now, that the fact that having something like this would be really neat. So I think that if that is the case, I think it's going to be really neat. So I'll be able to have my Robson Logistics or something like that, or I know Squirrel has his Squirrel Logistics. So you can do things like that, and I think it's going to be a pretty neat possibility in the future. Like right now, it's fairly limited, but it's pretty easy to do, and you can show your friends like, hey, here's the jobs I've done basically. So I think that's pretty cool. And they have they show achievements in there too, for best looking screenshot. Oops, I'm totally in the wrong lane here. Best looking screenshots and stuff like that. Now, interestingly enough, one of the other changes that they made in I think the patch is 1.22, I think it is one of the specific things they said was, so here's here's the information they have, where I'm going, how much it's worth, where I'm going, where I'm from, where I'm going to. There we go. But one of the things they mentioned was company manager here. They said that if you give your workers better trucks, they'll do better work, sort of idea. So what I've done is I've given every single one of my employees in my game exactly the same truck. So they have a 680 horsepower MAN TGX, and if I can I upgrade it from this view? So this is what it looks like. It's got, can I actually do this from here? Oh, I didn't think I could. It's got dual axles. It has 680 horsepower engine. Basically the best I could give for the most case. I gave them all carbon olive. I should have made it more ridiculous, but that's what I've given them. And I've given them all GPS, so I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. But basically I've upgraded all their cars, or all their trucks, so hopefully they are more productive because of it. I'm not really sure if it's going to make a difference or not. They just said more efficient, so it's pretty vague in that regards. But I've done it just in case. One of the other changes they've made in the recent patch notes is, let's get to the other lane here. Oh, we can't change lanes yet. One of the other recent patch notes that they mentioned was the fact that... what am I thinking of? I totally forget about what it was now. Oh goodness. They also changed the way your tires act as well, which is kind of cool. So they added more the European style of grading system, I believe. So it's like based on noise and how well they are in like wet conditions and whatnot. So they added that as well, which is kind of cool. Oh, that sensitivity is so low, it's crazy. So when I move my wheel like that, I often find that it doesn't work the way I want it to. Anyways, I'll have to adjust that at some point. I was doing a live stream the other day, and Bob was like saying I should change my sensitivity, so I lowered it. So now when I do like a sharp turn like that, like the wheel will turn, like in the game you'll see the wheel turn, but the tires won't be turning in that direction yet. So the other thing they did, which I was mentioning, I totally forgot about, was when you do external contracts like this, what they do is they actually limit the maximum speed to 90 kilometers an hour. So it's kind of like a way of like leveling the playing ground, essentially. So if you are like me and you have a fairly powerful truck, you can, probably do 100, 110 kilometers an hour without a problem. Whereas if you have like an earlier truck, for example, you're not going to be able to do that same. Let's keep it at 75. 75 is a good speed around here. You're not going to be able to maintain that same speed very easily depending on the size of the load. So one of the things that they did was they just limited it to 90 kilometers an hour maximum, which I think is really neat, because then anybody with any level of truck can potentially do the job at a reasonable pace, like a maximum speed. So I think that's a really cool little twist they've added to it. So mixed standards. So I believe in Canada, maybe it's the United States, but in United States for sure, I know speeds are limited to 75 miles an hour, I think it is. I believe that's what someone said in the comments. I'm not sure if that's all across every state, but at least in some states it's limited to 75 miles an hour. So in Canada I might be limited to 110 if that's the case, something along those lines. So anyhow, I think that's a really neat thing. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this in the future. I can't wait to see them incorporate other things like pro mods in here. It'd be kind of cool with external contracts as well. We haven't heard anything about that yet, but I think that's going to be really neat once they actually add that kind of stuff in there too. So being able to go, from Russia to Iceland on an external contract, that's going to be kind of cool. So the contracts are in real time, so you can only do, like, it's 20 hours, and it's 20 hours in real time. So I can do this from today until, almost until tomorrow, basically, this contract. But it's going to slow down here a little bit. This turns a little bit dicey. That's like what do they call it? A chicane, I think they call it in racing. So yeah, they actually made it in real time, so you can only do it, in 20 hours in real time. I think that's kind of cool. So let's put our lights on here. I didn't realize how dark it was. So for example, if I start progressing time and if I leave the game and come back to it 2 days later, I'm gonna fail that contract basically. So that's what would happen in that context if I were to walk away from it for that long and just do my own thing. But that's how they have it set up at the moment. So I think it's kind of neat, and I am very curious to see what they're going to do with it in the future. I'm sure they're going to add support for. I'm sure they're going to add support for other DLCs that they have, like the Going East DLC and the Scandinavian DLC and whatnot. They're going to add support for that for their external contracts through World of Trucks, but they haven't done it yet. But basically what they did is they just stuck with the basic game for the time being, because they wanted to get it out as fast as possible, and the base game is like, you know, the easiest way to start incorporating these contracts, basically. Because if they incorporated stuff like the Scandinavian DLC and the Going East DLC, what would happen is you would have to slow down here a little bit. What they would have to do is have to check to see whether people have the DLC somehow, or see if they have that capability. So it might make it slightly more difficult in some scenarios to try and, you know, check those types of things, and that's why they just left it with a basic game in order to get the product out as quick as possible. In the business world, they would call it the minimum viable product, MVP. Anyways, back from the marketing days. But it's kind of interesting to see, you know, what they're going to do with it. And I don't know, I can't wait to see. Honestly, I'm pretty excited about this. And because it's already in Euro Truck, 80 kilometers is a little bit fast to take these corners, apparently. As my truck nearly tips. So, because it's already in Euro Truck, I suppose this will be something that they'll have, you know, fairly quickly in American Truck Simulator as well, because they already have a Euro Truck. I can't imagine it's very difficult to implement into American Truck Sim, so it shouldn't take too long. Or maybe they already have it functioning in the beta edition. Who knows, right? So we're still waiting for it, of course, on American Truck Simulator. Although we're quickly approaching 2016. So originally, I believe the date was 2015, December sometime. I'm totally okay with it not being ready now, as long as the game, when they release it, is like, you know, perfection, and it definitely will be based on their previous releases. They don't release something that's not well done, basically. Thank goodness. Not like Giants. Giants has different ideas. They've been getting better, I suppose. So I can't give them all flack, but so because of the upgrade to the trucks of the various drivers, I've been keeping an eye on the income that they have been bringing in to see if there's any kind of major difference in the income. And so far, I have not seen anything spectacular yet. It's all been, you know, normal, like $9,000, $8,000 jobs. I want to see some $110,000 jobs. I want to see them driving across, like, you know, from the east to west, like, and making me a ton of money. But unfortunately, not yet. So we'll see. All in due time, I suppose. So, but it's very interesting to see what they're doing with the Euro Truck. I love the fact that they're still, even after as long as this game's been out, they're still making adjustments, improving the game. Like, for example, the external contracts made me want to come back and play the game even more. Like, it's really crazy. Like, the game's sold. There's $11,000. It's not too bad. So the game's so old, but it still makes you want to come back and play it some more. So I think that is just fantastic. Not many other games can really do that in reality. Some games, like, I don't know, what's a good example of a game that did that? Like, they brought out the game, people played it, and are like, yeah, this game's amazing. I think Fallout 4 is kind of like that. A lot of people are already done with Fallout 4, as far as I know. For an $80 game, I hope they got 80 hours, at least, of enjoyment out of it, so. Ah, well. But I haven't made too many adjustments to this truck yet. I haven't found a version of this truck that incorporates its cabin's DLC yet. But maybe in the future we'll see one. I don't know yet. So I would like to have a GPS on my windshield like I do in other trucks, but for the time being, I have not seen it yet. I did look the other day, and I did see a W900 that I believe had the cabin DLC. I'm kind of particular. It looked like a nice, but it was a W900 long, I believe, Kenworth W900. And this truck's big enough as it is. I have enough problems with this one. So if I got that long version of the truck, I'd be like, okay, stick to the highways only. And theoretically, with the new waypoint system that they've incorporated into the GPS, you can easily do it. For those people who have no idea what I'm talking about, so I can just go and click right there, and now I would go there first and then go back, but that's what you can do now. So like instead of coming through this little weird passway right here, I could have theoretically gone all the way down the highway and chosen my route a bit differently. So, but not necessary these days. But you can do stuff like that now with the GPS coordinates, and you can add that in. It makes things like convoying a bit better in the multiplayer as well. But yeah, there was one other truck. There was a W900 I saw, and there was also a Freightliner, I think it was, that I saw that was pretty nice as well. So this is a very windy road, sheesh. I don't know where I moved my I moved one of my buttons, and I don't know where I put it now. And the button I'm referring to is my Jake brake button. I moved it somewhere, and I have no idea where it is on here anymore. I usually have it on my shifter for my G27, but I guess I must have accidentally removed that key binding or that key assignment, so I will have to keep an eye out for that in the future. Alright. 15 minutes out into Linz, I think we're going to. Hit the retarder a little bit here, slow down. Doesn't take much. Yeah, Linz. Oh, I have my high beams on? Sorry about that. Didn't realize I did. Coming into town. What do we got here? Let's move into the other lane here, because I'm practically in the other lane already. But yeah, there's been a few trucks out, nothing too crazy. It's been a little bit slow on the mod front for Euro Truck Simulator. I haven't seen many American trucks that yet, at least. I guess a lot of people are just waiting for American Truck Simulator. I suppose what will probably happen in the long run is when American Truck Simulator comes out, you might see more American trucks in Euro Truck Simulator, which is kind of odd. And vice versa, I suppose. So because Euro Truck Simulator is already out, you might see some European trucks in American Truck Simulator, which makes sense because you have the reverse already, right? Some people may want to drive their Scania truck in America. Who knows? You don't see many European trucks in America. At least I don't in Canada. I see, like, every now and then I see it like an Isuzu, and I see. I've never seen a Scania. I've never seen an MAN. Volvos. We do have Volvos. Usually, like, they're cube trucks or cube vans, whatever you want to call them. That's typically what I see with them. But yeah, from time to time you do see it. All right, so where are we going here? We're turning left. So let's get into left lane here. Take the high beams off, just so we don't really aggravate some people. So, I don't know. I am very curious. I love the fact that they're always making this game better. I can't tell if the light's green now because that truck's in my way. Actually, I can tell because the truck started going, but that's besides the point. Alright. Let's just keep that signal on. We'll just turn all the way around here, just like this. Perfect. Alright, so here's our location. It's probably around back, would be my guess. There we go. Should we try for the extra experience? Sure, why not? We'll give it one clean attempt. Let's see if we can do it. So the weird thing is, because of the way I have my... oops, that's totally the wrong direction already. Because of the way I have my my camera set up with this game, what it does is it automatically turns based on where I am. So what happens is, if I if I turn my wheel from one side to the other side, it'll adjust the camera as well. So what often happens is it will oh, that might have been just a wee bit too much. We'll see. Survey says, oh, there we go. Hit the parking brake. Detach. There we go. And then this is what happens. It says synchronizing, and then it shows you the World of Trucks contracts completed. And I have 4 now, which is kind of cool. Still level 35. There we go. That's how the external contracts works. I think it's pretty neat. I hope you do too. Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. Another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2, checking out the external contracts feature in the latest update of Euro Truck Simulator 2, and I think it's darn cool. I hope you guys do too. Alright, that's it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2, and if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.